If you would, again, explain your position on the MWRAP vehicle, and do you have any plans to acquire any additional surplus military equipment for the department, including vehicles, firearms, or protective gear?
Militarization of police departments is not something that I'll support. This issue has been bright-lined by what's occurred in Ferguson, Missouri, and the perception of the sheriff's office having one of these behemoth of a vehicles weighing 54,000 pounds is not something that I'm going to support. So when I'm elected sheriff, I'll be returning that through the channels that it was acquired. And in addition to that, I'll be looking at all military acquired equipment that the sheriff's office has. I don't have access at this point to tell you what that might be, but when I'm elected, I will, and I'll be scrutinizing that. The issue at hand is, law enforcement is charged to serve and protect, and moving around in a military vehicle like that is not something that I'd welcome. I rode in one of those vehicles for a year, Jim, in Afghanistan, and believe me, in a combat environment, that vehicle is absolutely required. Last I checked, there's no mines in Springfield except coal mines, so we don't need that MWRAP. There are tactical vehicles at hand. In fact, part of my plan calls for partnering with the Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System to work with their special response teams, and that team is tactical response team. It is a hazardous materials team. It's a weapons of mass destruction team. It brings lots of equipment and lots of training. More importantly, though, when partnering with the Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System, we use police-style vehicles. They have several styles of law enforcement purposed vehicles that will protect the men and women of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. So that's the road we're heading down. Finally, the overtime costs will be picked up by the Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System when we're partnering with them, and the training costs. Right now, every month, the special operations units within the Sheriff's Office conduct training, and that training is usually overtime driven. And so that will be eliminated. The Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System is going to pick up the tab on that for the training and the overtime, and so we'll benefit as an agency where we can divert those funds elsewhere. So the militarization of police departments is a theme that we don't want to adhere to when I'm elected sheriff. So that MWRAP is gone.
I want to clarify one point. You talked about going back to evaluate past acquisitions. Are you open to, or are you ruling out any future acquisitions of military firearms, night vision equipment, other things that the department and other departments have received from the U.S. military as surplus equipment?
I was a screener for the 1033 and the 1122 program when I was in the Guard and when I was with the Illinois State Police. And both of those programs allow law enforcement agencies to acquire surplus equipment. It's not in great shape, so that's one issue. The maintenance of items acquired through the Department of Defense for this type of equipment, it's a roll of the dice. You don't know what you're getting, so yeah, I will scrutinize it, and I would look at returning any items that I don't think are needed. We'll look at how it's been maintained. I mean, that includes rifles. The Sheriff's Office and many other law enforcement agencies in Illinois received surplus rifles. Those require maintenance. They may not have been in the great shape originally. So, yeah, as far as acquiring surplus equipment, that's something that's going to be a hard line in my administration.
Wes Barr, your view on the MWRAP and other military surplus equipment?
Yeah, thanks, Jim. I've been with the Sheriff's Office for a long time, and I have a community policing background. I'm a pro community policing police officer. I spent time as a crime prevention officer, and I spent 3 years in charge of our crime prevention division. I absolutely in no way believe that we should make the Sheriff's Office or any law enforcement agency a mini military type department. Reference the armored vehicle you're talking about. It basically replaces one that the Sheriff's Office already had. The fact is it's here. It doesn't cost us anything. Hopefully we never have to use it, but it's there if we need it. As a sheriff, it's my responsibility to provide the tools to the deputies to keep them safe. Not only do we have an obligation to the citizens of Sangamon County to keep them safe, I also have an obligation to our deputies to keep them safe so they can go home at the end of the day to their family. So if we respond to a hostage situation or a very violent situation, that this vehicle could be of an assistance, then I think we should have it available. And it's not just to the sheriff's office; it's to all citizens of Sangamon County. If Springfield Police has a situation where they need this type of vehicle, or if any other village or area within Sangamon County, we're able to respond. We're able to assist. I hope we never have to use it, but since it's here, it's not costing anything. I don't see the need to send it back.
And future acquisitions of military surplus, firearms, night vision goggles, protective gear, anything along those lines, are you open to that? Is that a problem?
Well, I'd look at it. I don't know what we have. I don't know what we've ordered in the past. I haven't been involved in that process. But, from my understanding, it has saved not just the sheriff's office, but a lot of departments a lot of money that they can get some of these equipment that the military has, but is used in law enforcement as well. And it's saved taxpayers money. So I would look at it. I don't know what we have to say I would keep this or not keep this. We just have to evaluate that when we get there.